You're saying it right now. Intensity over pain.
Intensity.
It's like, rah. It's like all that emotion that was stored and trapped in your body. It connects to our jaw, because when you want to create force or power, you tighten your jaw. If you're bracing for something, so all the times that you've braced or tried to exert or felt frustrated but didn't let it out, it's stored there. And it's stored in you're going to hear a lot of people talk about the muscles. And I don't have that particular belief. I believe that our emotions are stored in our fascia. I believe the muscles are part of it too, but the fascia is the superhighway. It's the connector. And
fascia is just, it's the connectivity tissue that runs all through your body, right?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you look at it,
and it keeps the score, if you will. I mean,
yes.
it remembers everything. You said to me, I told you about, I have a child who experienced some traumatic an event in her life that was a lot, and we spend all of our effort on healing her mind and her psyche and her and you the first person to ever suggest that maybe that trauma is stored in her physical body.
Well, that's why the one therapy you talked about worked. That therapy specifically targets the body, not the mind.
Not the mind, really?
Yeah. Because when you're in that particular therapy, all of a sudden you want to release and stretch and move your muscles. And listen, we've been taught that the brain is the computer. But I'm just going to propose that your body is a computer, and that your brain is a processor. It runs programs. And if it can't solve the program, it just keeps running it. That's the repetitive thoughts. And when we're stressed, it just keeps running and running and running, and it can never close down the loop. Now, that's not super intelligent, but your body's intelligent. That brain, somehow it's malfunctioning. It's not connecting to that part of your body that's trying to process that information.
I did an MDMA journey, by the way, which was unbelievable in that, all MDMA does is tamping down the ego. And so you're just left with the simple truth of events, because your mind is constantly telling you stories and narratives and the same old things. And you're like, well, this because of that, because of this, because of that. And then I did that. But it just goes, brings you all the way down.
Serotonin. Serotonin.
You're just left with pure serotonin.
And so how do you feel right now? Don't you feel the same?
I feel great.
It feels like serotonin, because when you have a natural balance. We all have this natural balance in our body. The hormones like serotonin, oxytocin, melatonin, testosterone, estrogen, estradiol. And we're trying to regulate these hormones, but we're not asking the bigger question is, why are they dysregulated? What I've found is dehydration and stress of the fascia is the largest stressor. And when your body is in stress, those hormones all start to dysregulate. And serotonin allows you to see the connections in the world. It allows you to make sense of things. And I asked you afterwards, take your biggest event, like what you were dealing with your daughter. And what did you say to me?
I said, it's not so severe. I think we'll
sure.
be, there's air, and we'll be able to handle everything, and it's okay.
So if you take a 9 out of 10 trauma and you make it not so severe, now it's what? A 3 out of 10 or a 4?
Yeah.
If you take a 9 to a 3, now you have space to move. And movement is life, whether it's movement in your thoughts, your perceptions, or your emotions.